Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. This is IMAX Sports, another football video, and today I'm going over my Week 17 2022 NFL playoff and Super Bowl predictions. I do this every other week on the channel, and this will probably be the last one of these videos because after next week the playoffs will start. So I'll just be doing weekly playoff predictions. So this is my last full video of these. So super excited for this one. This is kind of like my final prediction, although I will be doing weekly picks. Current playoff picture, we have 12-3 Bills, 12-3 Chiefs, 11-4 Bengals, and 7-8 Jaguars leading the divisions in the AFC. 10-5 Ravens at the 5 seed, 8-6 Chargers in the 6 seed, 8-7 Dolphins in the 7 seed. Even if the Chargers lose to the Colts tonight, they'll still be the 6th seed because they did beat Miami. And I don't expect that game to change my opinion of the Chargers in any way, shape, or form. 7-8 Patriots, Jets, Steelers, and Titans are all tied for the 8th seed. I believe that this is the order of the 4 teams, although Titans might be technically 10 and the Steelers are 11. I'm not really sure what the order is. But all 4 of those teams are at 7-8. NFC, we have the 1 seed, 13-2 are the Eagles, 12-5 Vikings, 11-4 Niners, and the 7-8 Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the division leaders right now. The 11-4 Cowboys are the 5 seed, the 8-6-1 Giants are the 6 seed, the Commanders are the 7 seed at 7-7-1, and then the Seahawks, Lions, and Packers are all 7-8. Interesting playoff standings right now. There's 4. There's 9 total teams that are 7-8 right now. The Commanders are 7-7-1. So there's a tight race for all of the current playoff spots, especially with the Dolphins and Patriots playing each other, the Lions and Packers playing each other, all kinds of crazy matchups. My 2022 playoff picture, I have the Chiefs at 14-3, the Bengals at 13-4, the Bills at 13-4, Jaguars at 9-8, Ravens at 11-6, Chargers at 10-7, and the Dolphins at 9-8. If the Chargers lose against the Colts, I still will have them going 9-8, which will give them the tiebreaker over Miami, and will still have them at the 6th seed. So either way, I have the Chargers in the 6th seed. With the Dolphins at 9-8, I do have them losing to the Patriots this week, but I have them winning their Week 18 matchup against the Jets. If the Dolphins go 1-1, even if they lose to the Patriots, they'll most likely make the playoffs, unless the Patriots somehow beat the Buffalo Bills in Week 18, which I do not expect. If the Patriots do that, then they'll be 9-8 as well, and they'll get the tiebreaker over Miami, but I don't think that that'll happen. In the NFC, we have the Eagles at 15-2, we have the Niners at 13-4, the Vikings at 13-4, the Buccaneers at 8-9, the Cowboys at 13-4, the Giants at 9-7-1, and the Packers at 9-8. I have the Buccaneers winning this week against the Panthers, and then losing Week 18, as that game will no longer be necessary because they'll be securing the division. The other important game is I have the Green Bay Packers beating the Vikings this week. Although in my predictions video I have the Vikings winning the game for my weekly picks, that's different than my playoff picture. I think that the Packers have a decent chance to win this week and next week. Both games are in Lambeau, and I think that the Packers have the best chance of the 7-8 teams to potentially dethrone the Commanders. I think that the Commanders might be able to make the playoffs. They do have a couple of tough divisional games coming up, but I think that Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady will both find a way to make it to the playoffs this season. Both of their teams have struggled this year. They've had ups and downs, but I think Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers will both be in the playoffs for this season in some capacity. Moving on to the divisional round. In the first round of the playoffs, I have the Chiefs and the Eagles on bye. I have the Bengals beating the Dolphins in the first round of the playoffs. I have the Bills beating the Chargers, and I have the Ravens, the 5 seed, beating the Jaguars in Jacksonville. I think that Trevor Lawrence is going to have a great career. I think the Jaguars are playing great football right now. I think that they're going to win the division, but I think that Lamar Jackson will be beating the Jacksonville Jaguars in the wild card round of the playoffs in Jacksonville. The Ravens are going to be hopefully healthy. Hopefully Lamar will be back. Hopefully Lamar will be intact. And I think the Ravens will be able to beat Jacksonville to make it to the divisional round against Kansas City. I have the Bengals beating the Bills in the regular season to get the 2 seed. Beating the Chargers at home in the playoffs. And then I have Buffalo beating... I have the Bengals beating the Dolphins, which I think would be an easy matchup for the Bengals at this point in the season. And I think that the Bills should be able to beat the Chargers with the Chargers' inconsistencies. I have the Eagles at the 1 seed in the NFC. I have the 2 seed Niners beating the Packers in the first round of the playoffs. This will either be the 3rd time in 4 years or the 4th time in 5 years that the Niners will be beating the Packers in the playoffs. I think it's 3 and 4 years. I think the Niners own the Packers in the playoffs, and I think that Brock Purdy is going to come in and demolish Aaron Rodgers. I have the 3 seed Vikings against the 6 seed Giants. I have the Vikings winning their second matchup against the Giants at home. I think that they'll win by 1 score, probably 3 points. Yeah. And then for Buccaneers Cowboys, I've had the Buccaneers beating the Cowboys in some of my predictions in the past. As we're getting closer and closer and closer to the season, I am picking the Cowboys in this one. For my weekly picks, I might pick Tampa if it comes down to it, simply because I don't bet against playoff Tom Brady. But this is a far out prediction, still slightly far out. We're still a few weeks out from the divisional round, a whole month almost. And because of that, I am picking the Cowboys over the Buccaneers because I'm picking the better team. The Cowboys are a more well-rounded team. They have a better offense. They have a better defense. And I think that overall they should be able to win 7 times out of 10 against Tampa Bay at home. Actually, sorry, they're in Tampa, but I still expect the Cowboys to be able to win in Tampa 6 times out of 10. We have the Chiefs against the Bills in the conference championship, and the Eagles against the Niners in my NFC conference championship. I have the Chiefs beating the Ravens in the divisional round. I have the Bills beating the Bengals in Cincinnati in the divisional round. I have the Niners beating the Vikings, and I have the Eagles beating the Cowboys. Some major differences between this prediction and my last prediction video. I have more faith in the Vikings. Last time I had the Lions in the divisional round, half as a joke, half serious. I think the Vikings are going to at least make it to the divisional round, and I think that they'll have a strong chance to make it to the conference championship. But overall, I think that the 49ers have just been so dominant recently, it's hard to bet against them. As for the Cowboys, I have the Eagles winning that matchup. It'll be cool to see them with both of their starting quarterbacks playing against each other. At the end of the day, I think that the Eagles will win at home against the Dallas Cowboys with their starting quarterback. They almost beat him with Gardner Minshew, and they almost beat the Cowboys with Gardner Minshew, and I think that they'll just be better with Jalen Hurts. And they're in Dallas too. And then I have the Bengals beating the Bills at home in the regular season, but I have the Bills coming into Cincinnati and winning against the Bengals in the playoffs. Josh Allen has had some of the most prolific playoff stats to start off a career ever. I think he's going to continue that run. He's going to have a phenomenal playoff run this year, even better than last year. And I think that the Bengals won't stand a chance in this game because Josh Allen will be making it to the divisional round and the Super Bowl. I have the Bills beating the Chiefs in the conference championship game this year. I do think that the Bills will finally overcome their demons in Kansas City, and I have the 49ers beating the Eagles to make it to the Super Bowl. Yes, a rookie quarterback has never made a Super Bowl before, but I don't think that Brock Purdy is the reason why this team is making the Super Bowl. I think that it's just the team. The team has had so much success with Jimmy Garoppolo, and Brock Purdy is a great embodiment of a young Jimmy Garoppolo. I think that he's going to continue to do well with this team, and although I don't think they'll win the Super Bowl this year, I think Buffalo will get the chip. I think that the 49ers will have a good chance to do well in the future. So, I have the Bills winning 33-31 in a good offensive and defensive battle. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Huge shout out to Quinn Lacey for supporting the channel with a channel membership.